six are in critical condition. Six of the youngsters and two adults are also in a critical condition. One of those adults is a woman we've established called Leanne Lucas, who was running the course, and we've been told very bravely helped protect the children when this knife man came in and started attacking.
Police are trying to establish a motive after 2 children were killed and 9 others injured in a knife attack at a dance workshop in Southport. The Times crime editor Ben Ellery joins us now.
Good morning.
Ben, horrific events yesterday. What's happening in Southport today?
So police are continuing to question the 17-year-old male that was arrested over suspicion of murder. They are trying to establish a motive. We've been looking into the suspect ourselves, and we've established that his parents had fled genocide in Rwanda, moved to Cardiff, and then on where the suspect was born, and then on to Southport. We've spoken to eyewitnesses who've told us about the horrendous scenes yesterday, which saw 2 children die and 9 youngsters injured, as well as 2 very brave adults who were running the Taylor Swift holiday club, and one of whom is still in hospital.
And do we know the state of health of the victims?
So we know that 6 are in critical condition. 6 of the youngsters and 2 adults are also in a critical condition. One of those adults is a woman we've established called Leanne Lucas, who was running the course, and we've been told very bravely helped protect the children when this knife man came in and started attacking.
Politicians expected to come to the city today?
Yeah, we've been told the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, will be visiting Southport, as well as the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, and the local MP, Patrick Hurley, has also expressed sympathies with the families.
And is there any idea of what the motive could have been?
At the moment, the only thing the police have said on motive is that that it is not terror related, and there are definitions on what constitutes terror. So they have not they've ruled that out as a possible motive. But as regards to they'll be combing his phones and computers to try and see exactly what it was that drove him to carry out these horrendous scenes yesterday.
He's been detained. Presumably there will be charges in due course.
Yeah, well, if they decide that they can charge, then that'll be happening imminently. Normally, someone will be named upon charge, but however, as he is only 17, that won't happen. So, depending on when his birthday is, will be if and when he's charged. Then the name will be released.
Ben Ellery, the Times crime editor, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Terry, have you spoken or dealt with any of the families so far who've been affected, and if not, are you planning on doing so?
Well, I think it's just unimaginable what has happened, this devastating and horrific attack. And I think all of our thoughts will be with the families who have been affected, the loved ones who have been lost, and the children who are injured. And it's really important that they get all the support they need. I've been meeting with some of the first responders, the emergency services, the police, fire service and paramedics who were there yesterday and who had to respond with great bravery to make sure that more lives were not lost, and I thank them for the work that they did. There is also a serious criminal investigation underway now, but everyone's thoughts will be with those injured children and just praying for them.
You mentioned the investigation, of course. We heard from Merseyside Police yesterday that it isn't being considered a terror-related incident. How do we know that it's not terror-related?
Well, there is a serious criminal investigation underway because this was a horrific attack. It's important that the police pursue every single avenue, and that is what Merseyside Police are now doing. I support Merseyside Police in that work, but it's immensely important that they need to be able to continue that, and they will provide updates. You'll understand that I'm not going to say anything that would cut across their investigation or prejudice that investigation, as I take that investigation immensely seriously into this truly horrific attack.
We're in a bit of a knife crime epidemic at the moment. You can't really go and listen to the news more than a week without hearing about a knife attack at the moment. What's your government going to do to try and tackle this issue and to prevent attacks like this in our communities?
Well, there would be deep distress right across the country, as well as here in Southport, for this appalling, just truly horrific attack, because it's beyond every parent's worst nightmare. You had what should have been a children's party having fun in the beginning of the summer holidays could then turn into something so devastating. There's obviously deep concern about knife attacks across the country, and that's why the Prime Minister has said that that is a moral mission to address this. But I think for today, the issue really is about Southport, and the issue is about the families who have been affected in this case, and all of us praying for the injured children and for the little children who have been lost.
I know we're running really tight on time, but I just want to quickly ask you, Home Secretary, is there anything else you can tell us about the perpetrator? For example, were they known to the authorities?
Well, Merseyside Police are leading this extremely important and serious criminal investigation. This was a horrific attack, and they need to be able to get on with that work, and they will provide us with updates. You'll understand that others should not be speculating or commenting in advance of those updates, and we really welcome the work of Merseyside Police. But it's also important that they pursue every single angle of inquiry. But I think at the same time, the police officers, alongside pursuing that criminal investigation, police officers are also members of the community. We've talked to first responders today and some of the police officers who were there yesterday and who had to respond. They're also working in the community to support each other and to support the community in the face of something so awful happening.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your time, Home Secretary.
Thank you. All right.